Good morning. Good morning. Wanted to just come in here for a quick morning. Um, talk to you guys about my process yesterday. Yesterday, I did something big. Not big in the sense of, you know, anything that's, most people don't care about. But yesterday, my son and I, we went down. We went down and we officially became Commanders season ticket holders. Commanders season ticket holders, and went down to the stadium, pick, picked out picked out our went down there, picked up our picked up our went down there. Sorry about that. Went down there, sat in a big group with other people that was coming down there to pick up season tickets. Um, sit there, started real early in the morning. My son and I, we got down there about 10:30. The process started about 11 when the commanders gave out a presentation. They gave out, um, they just welcome everyone and explain the whole process about becoming a season ticket holder. Um, it was pretty good. He had a lot of people in there. It was because I believe we got down there. We got down there on uh, the second group of people because I think because when we first pulled up down there, it was a group of people that was already there. Group of people that was already there, and there was some people when we pulled in the parking lot, they were already leaving. So I believe that group was the first group there. So we got down there, pulled into the parking lot. The parking lot was already full of cars, full of people, and we had to get in. Get in. Went up to the club level in the stadium, and had to stand in line, register. Got through that process, and then after that, we had to go through the sit down in this one little eating area where they had a DJ in there. They had tables, not tables, but chairs all over the place, and we just sat down and waited. Sat down. They gave us a booklet too. We had all the information in there as far as seats, prices, um, uh, things that you could get if you buy these seats or that seats, and we end up looked through it, had my son look through it, asked him what did he want to do, where he wanted to sit. We had our eyes on some things. And as you see, I had made an earlier video. Well, I got a video that's coming out that's getting published tonight um, at 8 o'clock, where you're going to see us running around the stadium to try to pick the seats that we want. So if you guys can go in there and check that out, like, share, subscribe, and you can see the process. That process, when I started the video, actually started it off a little bit late. Is when we first got out that little speaking area where the commander said when we got out of the speaking area, we was hitting, everybody was running out like roaches trying to get to their certain area so they could pick their seats. But before that, let's rewind back. We sat in there in like the small little auditorium with the DJ. They had the new stadium rendering, pictures of the stadium renderings in there. They had I think she said she was the vice president of ticket sales. She gave a little speech in the beginning, just explaining the whole process of what you needed to do as far as picking up those commander tickets. So we sat and listened to her. She was like, hey, if you buy full price today, I think you had like you was able to get some Bruno Mars tickets. I mean, and let me see. I got my little folder here. Let me see if I can pull that out real quick. because they had some specials for if you wanted to. Let me see if I have it. If I don't have it, I don't have it. But I think this is it right here. This is it right here. So if you got tickets, then you got certain discounts to certain things. But or say if you paid in full, if you didn't pay in full, then you had to go through the whole. You could pay it off your season tickets off in a year, and to me, both of them end up being either way you did it. To me, I think it's just your decision of what you wanted to do, and it ended up being it ended up being a good idea. Whatever which way you want to do, if you want to pay full, if you want to pay through monthly. I don't know. The ticket prices to me was kind of expensive. Not something that I probably would have. I'd have been up and down about it. But my son was very excited, and he wanted to choose the seats. As you see in the video later, we got around to picking our seats, trying to see every angle. The first thing we did, we try to go to where another guy I know where he sits at and see if they had any seats there. But they ended up didn't have that no seats where he sat at in that section. So I was like, damn. So we were trying to everybody group together and sit right there with each other. But I mean, it wasn't nothing in his area, nothing. I was kind of shocked. I was like, God damn. Whoever came in at for the 9 o'clock crew, they took all those seats, and I was kind of like surprised about that. They took all those seats, and so I was a little. Hold on one second. I'm gonna turn this light down a little bit. Let's see if we get see if we get some better lighting, because it looked like the lighting is not good. Let's see if that worked a little better. Yeah, that looked like it working a little better compared to. Yeah, that'll work. That'll work for now. So we got there. That's the first thing we did. We tried to run over there, try to find those seats with him, and that didn't work out. So I had to tell my son. I was like, "Man, where else do we want to go?" And we looked over. We saw some other seats over there to the. I think that was to the right of us, but it had other text. So okay, let me get back. So the lady, when we was in the meeting, the lady was like, "Hey, every seat is going to have a name. Is going to have a like this piece of paper on them. The piece of paper told you, it gave you information like how much the seat costs, where the seats was free. So if it had, it was just no single seats. And if you saw a row and it had 3 seats side by side, you either had to take all 3 seats or you didn't take none at all. They said you cannot leave one single seat. So that was another issue that I thought, because it was a lot of seats that had 3. It was a lot of seats that just had 3 sitting beside each other, but we was only picking up 2, so we couldn't leave so we couldn't mess with those seats, because if we'd have picked the 2, we'd have ended up leaving 1 seat, and we couldn't do that. So it was a lot of 3-seaters everywhere. So the tag had a tag on every. So those were the open seats. Whatever seats had tags in them, it was these green tags. You just grab the green. Once you pick those seats, you just grab those seats, grab the tags out of those seats, and then you come back to pay for them. So as you walk out and you look across the stadium, you'll see that all the tags, you could just clearly see, just look around and clearly see all the green tags and all the seats. And but my son and I, we was looking for just good seats in general. Hold on. So we got up, we got out there. The lady was like, when she gave her little spiel, her little presentation, and she was talking about buying into the new arcade 2030 to get your money right, get your money together. And that's a whole nother subject when you talk about, because I've heard that you don't have to put down some money just to buy the licensing for your seats. And that to me, that's a whole nother thing. So you had your licensing for your seats that you was gonna have to buy, then you before you even buy those tickets. And that's a whole nother thing. So she was like, "Ready? Let's get out here and pick your seats." She gave her spiel. She told everybody they ready and had everybody leave out the same direction, out the same door. And people got out of there. Everybody rushed out of there. Everybody started running out like roaches, going in different directions. Everybody trying to get down to seats, find seats. Yeah, people that are taking the escalator going down to the 100 level, the 200 level. Yeah, people running around the concourse for the club level. You just had people just going all over the place. I even saw people. I didn't really see too many people up on a high top level with the 400 level. That's the cheapest tickets. People were probably up there because there was a lot of tags up there. I think I just gradually looked up there and seen there was a lot of people up there, um, but most of the time I saw people that was down in the 100 section, the club section, 200 section, and then I saw people just trying to decide. My son and I, we stopped up on multiple levels. We were all over the field. Again, we didn't go up to the 400 level. I can't sit up there. I'm not messing with the height. Every time I come up here, that cat come down here to try to jump on video. He never fails. So we ran around the stadium until we located something that we like. And actually, they had tickets, the 100 section that that I like. They had tickets, the 100 section that I like. Uh, they had tickets to 100, and I went and I looked in the seats. I went and looked at the seats. I did. I like the seats. I like the seats. My son, he didn't like the seats. He wanted some other seats. Since this was something that I wanted to do with him, I went on here and just picked the seats that he picked. But I told him we're gonna try these seats out this year. We don't like it, then we're gonna change. So, but some of the different packages, the good thing about the seats that he picked, they had you get free parking, you get free food, unlimited unlimited drinks, and you could go inside or outside, no matter what. So that was all premium. And that might end up working for us in the long run, because my wife is Jamaican, and that was when she go, if it's the winter time, she not gonna want to be out in the cold. She gonna want to be indoors. Me, on the other hand, I'm gonna wanna. I'm starting to get old, so I'm not really a cold weather person no more either, or being out in the cold weather like I used to. That's just not the process for me anymore. So that right there might just work out. Just in the long run, those seats might just work out for me as well. So we picked our seats. I was satisfied, but I wanted to get down that because when we got there, we went down to the hunter section, and you'll see in the video later on that get released later on today. We um went down to the hunter section, end zone, all the way at the bottom. Great view, looking straight down the field. It was great view. And look, I got to call my buddy up too because he missed out. He was talking about, I'm getting into that. It was great view. I said, my son said, we should get these. And they was cheaper. They were like $1,000 cheaper. And my son was like, no, let's he want to be up in the other level, and it got a better. It was no view better than the view that we had in the end zone view. We were literally like right there, but he didn't want to do it. It was all good. We had a great time. Had the little kids out there. They was out there with me. Yesterday was a busy day yesterday. After we left there, we went to a little kid birthday party. Um, we had a good time. We all had a good time. And I think that whole experience getting around the stadium was a good time. So if you guys, so that's my first time ever doing it. I always wanted to be a Commander season ticket holder. Um, and though the process was great, they did a great job, a great presentation. I had my rep, his name was Kaleo, Kaleo. So if you guys, anybody ever get down there, you want to do anything with him, reach out to him. His name is Kaleo, and he was great. He did a great job. Sold the tickets to us. I mean, every step of the process, he was just on it for every little thing, just on and on. I gotta get him an A+. He was a great salesman. So the video, we're gonna release the video later on today, 8 o'clock tonight. So check it out, watch it so you can see the process. Like, share, subscribe, and we'll see you guys on the next video.